Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is the FV1066 Senlac. It's a Tier 8 British premium light tank. It's located on the westbourne of Paris and it's under the command of markbug of Cuball. Now he's a new player to What Arty Noobs, or a new submitter to What Arty Noobs. Oh, he's just been run into by a rear-ended by Barask. I think he decided to stop just for a moment. Okay, now the gun is a 20-pounder. That's 83.4 millimeters in caliber. It's capable of 180 alpha and it'll penetrate 189 millimeters of armor. It does have fairly good DPM of over 2,000 hit points per minute, but the shells, well, they kind of have lackluster of penetration, even though it's fairly fast firing. The standard reload rate 5.27 seconds, and we can see here that markbug's got 4.79, and he spotted a Waffenträger. I don't think the Waffenträger's seen him, and the first shot goes in. Did he get spotted? No, he didn't. His camo's so good, even when he fired, the enemy didn't see him. Tries again, didn't get him. That Waffenträger's moving very, very quickly. Blows up the car. Again, he didn't get spotted, so obviously his camo must be really hot. Okay, he's going to knock some of these trees down, I think. Give him a bit of extra cover. Oh, an E50 or E50 suddenly appeared. But no, he's just round the corner, so we can't get a shot on him. Well, what can I tell you about the Senlac? Oh, he did get spotted there. It's actually a blueprint design from the early 1960s. It was a tank based on a similar design to some of the ones we see today. In fact, you must admit, it does kind of look like the some of the other tanks that we've actually produced. I'm talking about the Scorpion and the Scimitar. It's a premium light tank. Obviously, Wargaming brought it in to try and encourage people to move up the light tank tech tree on the British side. He's changed his load and he's actually loaded the premium rounds in now. Now, with the premium rounds, he can actually do... Oh, it comes back there. 180 alpha, 223 millimeters pen, and a much higher shell velocity, 1,200, and I think that was 75 as well. Yes, it is. So it's much faster with this shell than it is with the standard. Of course, the standard shells, there you go, we've seen that before. 180, 189, and of course the shell velocity is a little slower, 1,020 meters per second. They're still fast. markbug's been following our channel for a while. He thought he'd send in this replay and see one of his appear on the channel. I hope he actually sends in some more when he gets them. He's get some good ones. We've always got room for new replays. Now he's being very cheeky here because he's actually just sneaking around the corner. He knows there's enemy down there. Gets a pen. 178. Ow! We just got hit with the Waffenträger. So the Waffenträger did see us when we fired. So we're down to half our hit points. In fact, less than half. Probably about a third. Okay, returning back to his own cap area. We've got enemy tanks in the field trying to troll our Barask. Looks like he's decided he's going to go around there and help him. He's got a top speed of 65 kilometers an hour, so he is actually quite fast. And I must admit, I do actually have a Senlac in my inventory on one of my accounts. Oh, the Leica Panzer's gone. Indian Panzer suddenly appears, puts a round into him. With the DPM, it can pump out quite a few rounds against the enemy, and he's chosen to use the premium because he wants to get more damage. Can't get a shot on the Indian because he moved behind the bank. Can he hit that UDAS? No. He does know that he damaged the track. Oh, and the Indian Panzer is down to one shot. He just took a heavy hit from somebody, and the Indian Panzer's gone, so we don't need to worry about him. Unfortunately, we just lost the Barask as well, and he went down to a Heshbon. So somewhere in the distance, there's a Heshbon, probably on that corner. See that round the corner? He's probably over there. In fact, somebody's indicating him already. There must be somebody on that corner. Now, he could blind fire this corner, and if he did, we'd go out the game just like that. But at the moment, the Heshbon is trying to remain unspotted. Well, the scores are even. And in fact, our guys are now heading towards the enemy camp area. And I think that's going to be the spur to us to actually move on that area right away. Found the Waffenträger again. It's moving between positions. This time round he gets a kill shot on the guy, so at least he's got revenge. Trying to go for the lower plate on the VK. Trying to find a spot which he can pen with. It's difficult. He's looking for the green dots so he can actually go ahead and fire. Must admit that reticule doesn't give a very good picture. He's loaded the premium. A bit closer so he can see what he's aiming for. Oh, now most of the shells have actually been hitting the upper plate instead of the lower plate, although there have been a couple of rounds that went in but didn't do any damage. That's better. He did get a pen there, but he's using the HE rounds now to do it. And the guy's gone down, which means now we can move up the other end, except there's a UDAS, and he's actually coming forward. He's coming towards us, and we do get a round into him. Now, it's actually the premium rounds. The HE is normally 280 and same velocity as the standard shells, but much higher on the hit points. So the enemy have got a one tank advantage at the moment. The Waffenträger, or another Waffenträger, is just around the corner, so we need at least a couple of shots to take him out. And unfortunately our Scorpion's being shut down now by the Waffenträger in front of him and the UDAS behind him, so he needs our help. The Waffenträger's a one shot. We can go around the corner, blow him out of existence, and then we can deal with the other one. Okay, we lock on, get the kill. Unfortunately, we did lose the Scorpion, and the UDAS now wants us, and so does the enemy Arty. We've kind of slowed down because, of course, the stun. That will give the UDAS a chance to catch up with us. But by the time he turns up, we'll probably... Oh my God, it's the Heshbon! And he did hit us in the tracks, of all places. Now, we need to aim for the box. Aim for the turret. Well, he pumps one into the UDAS instead. Of course, the Heshbon is still reloading. So it's 1 against 3 now. Oh, well, he's still getting hits. Puts another one into the UDAS. Of course, he is using the premium rounds. He wisely avoids the step and actually goes down and round. Now, this is where this vehicle's camo can actually work to his advantage. If he can get up the other end of the map, he can pick off the enemy Arty, which happens to be a GW Tiger, and then he can return and deal with the others from a distance. If they try to cap, well... Oh, there's the GW. Now, he needs to get behind this rubble. Whoa! Yeah, he needs driving lessons as well, and they are capping. Just as I expected, goes for the gun shield. Of course, knows that that's the weak spot. Wasn't able to get the shot. Oh, he did get it! Amazing shot, but there's the Heshbon. Now, take him out from behind cover. He can just pump those shells in, use that DPM, because it is a big DPM, 2,000 hit points a minute. And the Heshbon knew that he was up against somebody who could take him down, and he quickly retreated to get out of the way. Okay, now we're going to use our view range to take shots at the hash barn without the hash barn being able to see where we are. But we have to get to the cap. If the hash barn gets into the cap, we are going to be in problems. Because it'll take the countdown down to 20 seconds. Currently it's 34 to go. We can't afford to have that hash barn get in there. I'm afraid he's going to have to drive in straight away. He's just seen the hash barn. He's on the corner. But if we get this, we probably get a defender as well. Oh, okay, he's in the background. We just got spotted. He must be in these bushes. There's the hash barn. There's the Udas. Pumps one in, gets the reset. Now he just needs to get behind the hash barn, the Udas. And he gets the kill. Now he just needs to deal with the hash barn. And he can take his time as he retreats to avoid getting struck by that big 183. And he got around the corner. This is really rapid gameplay. The hash barn's in a bit of a quandary now because he's not that fast. It takes him a while to move and it takes him a while to load. But the Senlac will reload very, very quickly. And you've seen how he can actually pump those shells into the enemy. It's basically just 5 seconds a shot or less. Okay, so the hash barn's now decided to go into the cap. Oh, his driving definitely needs some work. Yeah, I've driven like this, I must admit. If you're in a light tank that moves very quickly, it's very easy to run into things at high speed. Okay, so we know that the hash barn's not capping. He's probably too afraid of being wiped out from a distance. If we do run into him rather quickly, we're going to have to act fast. He's not in the cap. There he is! At distance. He's made the mistake. That's one. Go for it again. Let it settle. Didn't get that one, but he will get one shot. But he knows where we are. But there's another. And he missed. Now he's got a long reload. So just take your time. Pump those shells in. He will never reload in time. And that's a win. He did it. He won for his team. Well, that was a truly amazing end to that game because it really did look as if markbug was up against insurmountable odds. But he did pull off the win after all in the Senlac. He got an ace tanker out of that game as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he managed to get 8. He got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up with 5, which is 1 short of the top gun and 1/3 of the enemy team. He also got 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. He got an Orlix medal for taking down 2 or more enemy tanks at least 1 tier higher than him. In fact, actually, one of those tanks was 2 tiers higher than him. And of course, he managed to get the Defender medal for resetting the cap on the Udas 13 and getting at least 70 defense points. In fact, I think he got a bit more than that at the end. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, we can see the highest damage in the game was actually done by the SU-130PM on our team. 4,106 hit points of damage, but he didn't get the high caliber. Second highest damage was the Runner Sorrente, who managed 3,915. And the third highest damage went to the Waffenträger on the enemy team, who managed 3,749. We can see here markbug did 3,260 hit points of damage. So he's not slumming it. He's actually doing very, very well because that's 5th place on damage overall because only 1 player on the enemy team managed to, 2 players on the enemy team managed to get more than him. So he's actually in 6th place, sorry. Yes, because the other Waffenträger got 3,301. He got 3,260. So 3 on his team, 2 on the enemy, and he's in 6th. When it came to kills, though, he's top with 5 kills. 3 kills went to the Heshbarn on the enemy team, and 2 kills went to the Heshbarn on our team and the 50 TP. and the Waffenträgers on the enemy team both got 2 kills apiece. But when it came to base XP, he's got that one too. So he's got the top in 2 columns, just missed out on the damage. 1,423 went to markbug, 1,277 went to the SU-130PM, and 1,012 went to the 50TP. Those are the only 3 players who managed to make it over 1,000 base in the game. And I think you could say markbug really did ace that one in a big way, because that's a high score for a light tank winning a game. Look at the detail as well. We can see he fired 30 rounds. This tank carries 45 in total, so he still had 15 rounds left at the end of the game. 23 direct hits, 17 penetrations. I did say during the game that this thing has got a bit of a lackluster penetration on the premium rounds. He did get 3 splashes as well, because he fired the the HE rounds when he couldn't get the penetration on the VK. 3,260 hit points of damage, of which 847 were done at more than 300 meters. So the majority of his damage was done at close range. He received 2 hits. One was penetration, one was a non-penetration. And surprisingly, the non-penetrating shot was from a Heshbon. Yeah, he actually hit the tracks. If he'd actually hit the body of the tank, it would have been game over there and then. But he hit the tracks instead, and that's preserved him in the game. He also received 1 hit by way of splash damage as well from the enemy Arty. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, and he got 100 defense points when he reset the cap. That's how close it was to them winning by capping out. He hit the Udas when he was on the 100 point mark, and that saved the day, so to speak. On the credit side, he actually won 82,528 credits profit on a premium count, and he also took away 2,349 experience points out of the game as well. So what a great game there for a first submission to What Arty Noobs from markbug. Thank you very much for sending it in. Very much appreciated it. We do like to see different vehicles every now and then. There are members of What Arty Noobs who like to play Arty as well as light tanks. I think you may have spotted the baseman from Hell. He's also a light tank fanatic. He plays it very, very well, but I think he'll probably have a Senlac of his own. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's had a few games where he's played it and won in it. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.